Sandbox survival games and digital role plays generate billions of views globally every single month. Creators like MrBeast dominate the apex of this ecosystem, turning open-world gameplay into an entirely new tier of global entertainment. The content itself is fast-paced and chaotic. Creators orchestrate massive server-wide purge simulations or test their limits in extreme 100-day survival challenges, pushing players to outlast hostile conditions for hours on end. They often ground these digital worlds in bizarre reality. In popular chunk battles, rival players carve out specific plots of land to build and manage aggressively competing fast food franchises, taking physical brands like KFC straight into the digital wilderness. To sustain this relentless daily content machine, a human creator could never manually place every single tree, mountain, and dirt path. The volume of unique digital worlds required is simply too vast. All of this digital terrain is hosted and processed by immense physical infrastructure. Acres of server racks hum around the clock to meet a global demand for new environments. But the heavy lifting of actual world building falls to procedural content generation, or PCG. PCG functions as an autonomous digital urban planner. Instead of relying on a human designer to hand-draw every river and valley, PCG utilizes a complex set of mathematical rules to generate infinite playable maps in real time as the player explores. The platform's immense longevity relies entirely on this tireless code. It operates invisibly in the background, constantly providing an infinite stage for players to occupy. The algorithm's first step is a phase called surface adaptation. It scans the digital topography, automatically calculating slopes and molding the Earth's altitude to create flat, buildable plots without erasing the natural biome around it. Next, it activates the district palette. Think of this as a strict municipal zoning board that dictates exactly which building materials are permitted based on the immediate surroundings. If the code is mapping a district in a digital desert, the palette rules lock in. The algorithm will exclusively pull sand-based materials like red sandstone to construct the houses. Conversely, when placed in a thick spruce forest, the system pivots entirely to generate the walls and roofs using local resources like dark oak and spruce wood. The algorithm mimics the logistical supply chain constraints of historical human settlements. The aesthetic cohesion of these virtual towns stems directly from the simulated limits of local harvesting. Once the materials are sourced, the algorithm uses basic geometric shapes to calculate the exact physical footprint of the new building plot. This diagram shows the exact programmatic steps to form a foundation. It drops a main square, then adds a secondary square for complex L or T-shaped structures. Collision logic then takes over, trimming and shifting overlapping areas to guarantee adequate interior walking space. Inside the structure, an interior spatial partitioning process assigns specific functional blocks to specific rooms. For example, it maps out double stone slabs exclusively for a kitchen floor, keeping it distinct from a bedroom or library. By combining this strict geometric mapping with environmental awareness, the code successfully calculates human habitability. But the code has blind spots. This bar chart shows the overall jury scores from an academic evaluation of procedural settlement generators during the GDMC competition. This clustered chart breaks down those grades by criteria. Algorithms reliably score high marks in structural adaptability and aesthetics, but they consistently fail in one specific area, the yellow bars representing evocative narrative. The academic jury noted strange functional failures. The algorithms would leave hovering tree leaves scattered along roadsides, or entirely forget to plant agricultural food sources to keep the simulated townsfolk alive. A machine can flawlessly calculate the spatial dimensions of a kitchen, but it has no concept of what it means to actually live in it. That missing narrative is provided by human creators. When real people enter these sterile, generated environments, they bring absolute chaos and life to the stage. While the algorithm quietly processes foundation variables in the background, human players are launching highly competitive roleplays, battling to establish massive McDonald's franchises and asserting dominance over the code. The dominance of modern digital entertainment requires this exact symbiosis. An algorithmic engine perfectly calculates the infinite stage, and human creators log in to provide the story.